What is up? I'm Jadyn.
Say hi, Bengi.
I'm Bengi.
And I'm Grace.
All right. So today we have a Big Hero 6 for you.
Hero 6.
Yes.
I do not like this movie.
Bengi apparently does not like this movie. I'm interested to hear why.
Okay.
This
will be an interesting episode because I love this movie.
Let's start out with the warnings.
Okay.
Animated action violence and mentions of loss/grief. Rating PG.
Oh, yeah.
So, watch out.
Really, you gotta be careful with that animated violence.
Yeah. All right. So this movie, it's a action-packed comedy adventure about the special bond that develops between Baymax, an adorable inflatable robot, and prodigy Hiro Hamada. When a devastating event befalls the city of San Francisco and catapults Hiro into the midst of danger, he turns to Baymax and his close friends. Determined to uncover the mystery of his brother's shocking death, Hiro transforms his friends into a team of high-tech heroes called Big Hero 6. And this was written by DisneyFandom.com.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. The film was directed by Don Hall and Chris Williams and produced by Roy Conley from a screenplay written by Jordan Roberts and the writing team of Robert L. Baird and Dan Gerson. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. And the film stars the voices of Ryan Potter, Scott Adsit, Daniel Henney, T.J. Miller, Jamie Chung, Damon Wayans, hopefully I'm saying these right, Jr., Genesis Rodriguez, James Cromwell, Maya Rudolph, and Alan
Tudyk.
Yeah.
What is it?
Tudyk.
Okay, cool. All right. So
It's a big cast.
It
lots
is.
of...
I didn't realize Maya Rudolph was in this movie.
So, let's start out with the fact that in this universe, Japan won World War II because it's San Francisco. So.
How does that mean that?
That means Japan won World War II.
So?
How else would Japan conquer America?
No one's saying Japan conquered America.
But it's San Francisco.
So?
It's also make-believe.
It's also a different universe entirely.
I know.
Maybe there was no World War in this movie.
Maybe
there was, and maybe they won.
Yeah, but you came out swinging like you knew that this was the case.
Yeah.
And I'd like to backtrack and say that you don't know.
I think it is the case.
I mean, maybe there's no World War. Maybe this takes place on an island.
No,
We'll never know.
San Francisco. There's the Golden Gate Bridge, except now it's not just the Golden Gate Bridge.
I love San Francisco. I like to imagine that it's like it's a combination. It's not one place that turned into another place.
I agree.
I know.
It's its own little universe entirely.
We know Benji, you don't agree.
Yes. Anyway.
All right.
Any other first thoughts and impressions?
I want to hear your thoughts, Jadyn.
I mean, it just has a lot of nostalgia because this movie came out when I was little, and our 5th grade went on a.
That movie did come out when I was in 5th grade.
Yeah, it came out. Yeah, and we went our 5th grade went on a big camping trip or whatever, and this was the movie that we watched. So
this movie came out in 2014.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
It's just it's one of those movies. It's I mean, I haven't watched it that many times, but it was one of my brother and I's favorites when we were younger.
Oh.
I think I already said this before, but I unironically do the blah la 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 la.
I do that.
I taught my nephews how to do that. I made my nephews watch this movie, and I taught that my infant nephew when he was 1 year old. I would and he would do it too, and I was so proud. I would make him do it.
Yeah, it's just it's ironic. I like to put it out there that I'm doing it ironically in the year 2023, but I still do it.
Oh my god! Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 2023. That's crazy.
Yeah, this movie came out. It's probably almost a 10-year anniversary of this movie because it came out in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, 2014.
Yeah, what were your first impressions?
I love this movie so much. It makes me cry
it's just
every single time. I want Baymax to be my personal companion.
Personal healthcare companion. Yes.
Also, Tadashi was really hot. Can I just say that?
I mean, you can say whatever you want. Free speech, girl.
Tadashi was. I feel like everyone was obsessed with Tadashi, but I love this movie. It's so I don't know. I watch this movie all the time.
Yeah.
I genuinely, on my own, I'll watch this movie.
Mm.
It just makes me all happy.
It's so cute.
They came out with a spin-off show kind of about Baymax, and I watched those too. Like, I just love Baymax so much.
Oh, I've heard of that actually.
He's my icon on Disney Plus, my
Aw.
account. I love Baymax so
He's
much.
So cute.
It's like Moms and Minions.
Moms and Minions.
Yeah, moms love Minions.
Moms love Minions and children love Baymax.
Yeah.
Mm.
Baymax kind of gives off like just more comforting, like a more comforting version of the vibes of Minions.
No.
You disagree?
No.
You don't find him comforting? If Baymax and all of
I don't
his
find
latex...
Minions. I don't find Minions comforting.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I was gonna say if Baymax tried to hug you, you wouldn't maybe want to hug him back. I feel like I would like really enjoy a hug from Baymax.
I feel like you would too.
Damn. Okay.
I
So
feel like-
I would like to get into the likes and dislikes. Benji, I would like you to go first because I'd
Yes.
like to hear your dislikes.
I
agree.
think that the villain is one of the stupidest villains that Disney's ever came up with.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's not their strongest. I agree.
He like is basically just a Disney twist villain like Hans in Frozen. Like literally,
Mhm.
there's no indication that he is the bad guy.
Prior to him showing that
prior
he's
to
the bad
him
guy.
being the
Yeah.
bad guy. It doesn't make any sense. Like there's so many. He's literally the like president of like the whole Technological College Association. So the fact that he would have to steal the nanotech in order to actually like do any of this stuff is just crazy. Like there's so many other ways he could have gotten revenge on this guy, whoever he is, and also
Yeah, he does seem like he would be a guy that would have a lot of weapons at his disposal.
Right.
and also like there's just no like just shoot him, like honestly, like
And the
I
fact
mean,
that,
like,
you know what, I'll agree with that because, like, I mean, they didn't tell us how long, like, how much time passed between when his daughter first disappeared and this happened, but,
How
like,
is she alive in that little floating abyss?
but you'd think, like, he would retaliate, like, right after, not,
Yeah.
like, take the time, like, a year
Yeah.
and then decide,
I would 100%
this is
agree.
when I'm
The
gonna do
villain's
that.
like he's not my favorite.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I also don't feel like I don't watch it at all for the villain. Like
Yeah.
that's not what I like about the movie anyway.
that's the thing. Disney movies are really only as good as their villains, so that's how I kinda judge them.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that
most
as well.
most animated movies are really only as good as their villain, with some glaring exceptions. But the conflict is really what drives these movies, and the conflict is there's no antagonist for the majority of this
But
movie.
there's a conflict in this movie. He's dealing with the grief of his brother dying.
It's more of an internal conflict
Exactly.
than an external
But they don't
conflict.
really explore that as much.
I feel like they explore that more, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
They don't
that's
do it as
Baymax's
much.
character.
They don't make it though the antagonist. They still have to have a bad guy.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they definitely
he's
didn't put as
overall
much
the
focus on
final
like
challenge.
the external villain, like Baymax. His whole thing is like he's a healthcare companion, like he's helping him deal with the internal I don't know. I think if they improved upon the villain, like it would be a better movie. But I was really scared of the villain when I was a kid, though.
I think, like, the beginning when they're first, like,
When
they're in the
Mhm.
warehouse, like, that did, like...
That scared me. Or, like, the scene where he's, like, at that waterfront, he almost goes in the thing, and then the little microbot, like, flies out to him, and then he, like, comes into the water.
Yeah.
That scared me as a kid, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like the Disney Renaissance villains were the best villains. Like
Mother Gothel.
Gaston.
I'm just naming villains that I like.
Yeah.
Gaston and Frollo and
Yzma.
Who?
Look, Yzma.
From what?
Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, right.
Which is not,
That's
but
not
I'm going off of
Renaissance.
Jaden's just naming random
I love
villains.
but Mother Gothel's like one of my favorites.
Mother Gothel.
She's so
and
good.
who else? Oh, Ursula.
Yes,
and,
Ursula.
What's that other one? Aladdin from Aladdin. Jafar, yeah.
Jafar's a
Did you
Like-
say Maleficent?
Yeah, but she's not Renaissance.
Oh, okay.
She's
Oh.
classic.
I'm just
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know the difference, but I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
But I love Maleficent too. That's it.
Oh no, yeah, I love that too. I like that movie with Angelina Jolie. I like that movie.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
I don't think I've seen it since it first came out.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
It's been a while.
I I just remember like periodically I'll get that video that circulates where it's like it's Angelina Jolie's like real daughter in that in this
Yeah.
because she's the only one that I was like, okay, why am I seeing the same clip 10 times over?
We all know this.
It's
Since
just,
it first came
that
out.
movie was the slippery slope for Disney. Because after that movie,
That's when
they started
all the
doing
live
all
action.
the
The live
live
action,
action remakes
yeah.
that are just one. Like, remember when they did Pete's Dragon?
Yes! Oh
Dude,
my god!
I watched that, like, the movie they made, the original one, like 1946 or something, and I watched that. I remember it, and they had this giant cartoon dragon all Who Framed Roger Rabbit style in this, like, cartoon, and it was... I don't know. I honestly, I think I don't even remember the whole movie. I just remember the one scene where they throw like a giant net over him, and they I remember the editing of it and how they like cut it up so that it looked like there was really a dragon under the tent and everything. And then I saw that movie and I was just like, oh.
I need to
that's
rewatch the
not-
movie because I haven't seen it since it came out.
I've never seen
and
that
John
movie.
Cena was in that. Yeah.
Who did he play?
He was the bad guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, was the whole thing that they were cutting down the woods in
Yeah,
that
or
movie?
something
Okay,
like
I
that.
remember that. The part of that movie that really stuck out to me was the very beginning part when they're in the car and then the parents turn around and then they get in the car crash, and I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
I have not seen this movie, so I
I just like how the dragon's furry. That's hilarious to me.
I mean, I like that actually. I think it's kind of cute.
I saw this clip on YouTube that was like some guy saying like, all cultures have like depictions of dragons, and if dragons were really these big creatures, they would have like hollow bones like birds. So if they wouldn't fossilize well, so dragons really could have existed, and knights could have actually like all killed them all. Yeah.
I mean, I have no way of weighing in on that.
I know.
So
It'd be cool if. That's what I always say when something I wish was true. Like, it's not true at all, but, like, I wish it kind of would be kind of cool.
could be true.
Probably not, but it'd be cool.
All right.
Anything you liked about this movie?
I mean, the animation's fine. I mean, it's not my favorite.
You don't think it's when they go
I
into
don't
the portal thing?
I don't
and
like 3D animation like that. I think that like there's some parts there's some places when it works, and there's some places where it doesn't work. And I feel like with a superhero movie, with the level of CGI that we have now, it's not really like worth it to do a animated hero movie, because now we just kind of have that type of technology available to us where we can make it convincingly look like whatever we want. So
I have a follow-up question then. What is
Yeah.
your opinion of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Haven't I told? Oh, I like that movie. I
That's
like
the
that
same
movie,
thing, though.
But it's not the same type of animation at all.
Well, no, but it's still an animated movie
Yeah.
about a superhero.
But I'm talking about the animation in this movie and how it's the classical, well, not the classical Disney animation, but the standard Disney animation. You really, the rule with animation is that when you make a story, you should probably make a story that is going to use animation as a core part of its story.
Mhm.
So, like Toy Story, it's a little hard to, make that a live action movie.
Mhm.
In fact, that was the first time Pixar had ever animated people, was Toy Story. They'd never drawn people before. So they used animation, and they have these characters, but the people are a little lacking. And now we're to a point where, we can make people convincing in animation again, but without, having to draw them like Disney used to do. But it's still, I feel like that's a story that didn't need to be made, like animation-wise, and that, it's just not, it's like, it's really just like a product. It's not really like anything special.
I mean, I guess I see what you're saying, but also I disagree because I feel like Baymax wouldn't have been nearly as cool it wouldn't have suited, like, it would have been a lot darker, I feel like, if it wasn't in animation. Like, it wouldn't have felt as much like a kid's movie. Like, seeing those characters, like, do all of those things not in an animation, not in, like, an animated setting, would have just felt so much worse. You know what I mean? Baymax wouldn't have been nearly as cute. It would have been, like, a little scary. And then, like, also, like, it wouldn't have probably been able to be PG, I feel like, because watching him, like, his brother die in a fire
Yeah.
and then like, I don't know.
Well,
like,
you show the building exploding. I mean, it's not really any different. They don't ever show a body.
yeah, I don't know. I think that it just would have given off a really different vibe if it wasn't animated. Like, I get what you're saying, because I do agree that, like, I like when animation does things that wouldn't necessarily work without animation, which I feel like a lot of like animated shorts do. But
I also don't care, I think. Because I love this movie so much, and I love Baymax, and I love the storyline in general, just of like the idea of going through grief and losing your he lost his parents, and then he loses his brother, and then he gets Baymax, and then he, like the scene when when Baymax shows like the video of him making, I was fucking crying. I was watching it this morning, and I was fucking crying.
Too.
Yeah,
I like how they do that, and I also like the little time lapse of him building all of his stuff in his garage.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just thought that it was all like very cute, and I don't feel like I mean, maybe a little bit more so now, but back in 2014, I feel like I didn't kind of see that like unique little like shot types and like animation like that. I don't know. I just thought it was very cool. I
also really like that they're superheroes because of like science. It's not like they have abilities like all like the lasers and the chemical reactions and the
and like
Go-Go has the
and like those would not
wheels.
have looked like honey.
Honey
Lemons, like little blobs stuff that she threw would not have looked as cool if it wasn't
that was
animated.
Really cool.
Like all of like it just wouldn't have been the same vibe. It would have been like a very different. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cute.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah, like I said, I like how it's not like they like worked hard. They were smart. They especially like in the final scene when they like all get stuck and they're like think your way out of it. Like they're actually smart. Like they use their skills and what they do.
That part's okay.
I just think that they're like, I don't know. It's also, like it's so different from like most animation animated movies at the time.
Also, I would very much like to go flying with Baymax. I want that. I want to fly with Baymax.
And like the premise of the movie is so difficult to like there's just, it's such a weird concept. The whole thing is just such like a weird little concept. I think it's so cute. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like even like, because I never come up with summaries on my own. I always find them somewhere else. And like finding a summary that was like short and explained everything was so difficult. Like, yeah.
I mean,
I understand that they like it could have been a live action movie. I just think that it would have been worse as a live action movie. And I think that's good enough of a reason to make it animated. And they probably will make it a live action movie.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm sure it'll be worse.
It will be terrible.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm not saying it should have been a live action movie. I'm just saying like it doesn't make sense for it to be animation all the time.
What do you mean all the time?
Like there's just certain things about it that don't always fit into like you need to make this an animated movie.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like that's a lot of movies.
Yeah, sure.
Because like they're making a lot of old animated movies into live action movies, which means that obviously it could have been done anyway.
And they're proving that it's actually not as good, because people aren't liking them as much.
Like, yeah, like The Little Mermaid. I mean, they're making that a live action, and like I'm sure that that'll be like a good movie, but like it might not have.
Well, they're just gonna copy
the charm of the original. Yeah. So it's like
take Lion King. Lion King was a big production.
They're gonna enjoy the
and it was
original version better.
Exactly.
Well, that movie doesn't count as live action, really. It's all animation. It's just better animation.
I love when they hired and trained that lion to do all of the things.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They hired a lion.
You got really good health benefits from being in this movie, I heard.
Yeah, wow.
Live till 25 instead of 20.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I think, like,
It's not, let me put it this way. I'm harsh on it.
I was going to say,
but it's not like a bad movie. It's just not very good. It's very.
I mean, that's fair.
I judge Disney at a higher standard because they are so big and because they have so many successes that I'm hard on them now because they just seem to not be able to make good products anymore. And when you're at the top of your game, when you have all the money and so much of the industry under your control, there's really no excuse to be putting out stuff that's subpar or mediocre.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
So I feel like I'm able to judge this on a much higher standard than I would judge some movie that someone, like a stop motion movie that someone was making for like 20 years, and maybe there's a couple frames where something doesn't work or some of the editing's off or the script's not very good. I can judge that on a more equal standard because, you know, that person doesn't have $200 million to put into a movie development. So
I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna judge Disney at a higher standard. I expect more from them, and when they don't deliver, I have every right to criticize them for it.
I also feel like this is just like, you say that, but it at the same time it kind of didn't get like a lot of recognition. I mean, at the time, like I remember it was really big at the time because of Baymax.
Yeah.
But then everyone stopped talking about it, and no one talks about it anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely
I see it all the time.
Really?
On YouTube Shorts.
I haven't heard anybody. I mean, maybe with like the cartoon that they made off of it, maybe it's gotten a little bit of like a resurgence. But there were like years where I forgot that this movie existed.
Yeah.
Like, it's not one of like the movies that like I feel like really, I don't know.
It's one of those new era Disney movies that just kind of.
Yeah. Well.
Frozen was really the only one of those that like catapulted itself to a bunch of a sequel, and
Which one? Frozen.
Frozen, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, didn't they have a TV show for a while or something?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I remember that.
A little Olaf TV show or something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And he
Olaf.
had like a little.
Yeah.
Is that the one where he had the cloud over him that would snow so that
Yeah.
he could stay alive?
Yeah.
Have you seen
that's
Frozen?
it.
Frozen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a cloud in the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Was forgetting. I thought that was part of the.
You forgot.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I thought that was part of the TV show. But I saw like one of the little.
I don't know.
It was like there was like a summer episode or something.
Yeah,
like
they did something where it was like.
He had a little snow cloud.
Yeah.
And now Disney owns Hamilton too, so.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think.
I did not know that.
Hamilton's on Disney.
Yeah.
I've never seen Hamilton. I know.
I watched it on Disney Plus when it first came out.
I need to watch it.
I
It's
liked
more.
it.
It's more of like the matter of principle at this point. I don't want to watch it.
I watched it like on Broadway, in like 2016. I was in like the very last row of the theater on Broadway. It was still amazing.
It's really good. I'm sure of it. It's like.
I was very hesitant to watch it as well
Okay.
because it was so big that I was like, I really don't want to be. But it's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, Lin-Manuel Miranda worked on that. Speaking of working on something for years, he worked on that for years. He read this like huge ass book about Alexander Hamilton, and then just decided to write a musical.
Yeah,
about
and
it.
then here's how he pitched it to Obama.
He did.
Yeah, he wrote the first I think My Shot or something, or Alexander Hamilton. He wrote like the first bars of that, and he did it in front of Obama, like, and he was like at I think it was at a correspondence dinner or something.
Yes, I have seen that. Yes.
Did you guys ever see that tweet that was like, haven't heard anything from Lin-Manuel Miranda recently? That can't mean anything good.
No.
Guy's about to drop something.
I think about that all the time.
But he's doing work on he did a work on Encanto, and he's in the Disney bubble right now.
Definitely.
He's working on projects, and I'm sure we'll see more of him in the future.
Oh, definitely.
But you know.
Yeah.
But so I get what you're saying. Like, I was the same way. I was like, I don't want to watch it. It was so big. I hate those people who make it like their whole personality. But it's actually pretty good. Like, sometimes I do listen to the songs. Like, it
I found the tweet. Don't like that we
why
haven't
didn't
heard
you wanna
from
watch it?
Lin-Manuel Miranda in a while.
because it was so big and it became like, people made it like their personalities to like love Hamilton, and I was just like, I just wanted to punch them in the face. Like,
that was my personality for a while. I mean,
like they're just, it's so intense, and so, you know,
seventh
like,
grade me. That was my whole shtick.
Do you guys remember that clip of Trisha Paytas when she says, "I love when Joe Biden quoted Hamilton."
yes,
I love that Joe Biden's a Hamilton stan, and he said like, "We the people of."
Yeah.
What did he say?
No,
what is it that he said specifically that she thought was a quote?
It's from Schuyler Sisters. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
Yeah.
Which was written by Thomas Jefferson.
I love that Joe Biden's such a Hamilton stan. I I really respect that about
Oh
him.
my god.
Oh, and I'm Thomas Jefferson. I'm gonna tell him to improve in the sequel work. I love that. I love it so much.
Me and we
Um,
were just in Claire's room like last week or something, and Carmen played that song, and Jadyn and Claire looked at us like, well, mostly Claire, like we were.
I mean, I just
Crazy.
have nothing to weigh in on because I've never seen it. It's maybe I'll see it. It's out of principle. I just don't want to see it at this point.
Yeah. It's worth a watch.
I'm sure.
I'll
it
say
is.
for
I know
someone
that
who
it's,
also
it's
didn't
really,
want to.
really good, is what I've heard.
Yeah,
so.
it's really good. There's a reason why people made it their personality.
That's true. That's true.
You know, but
Alright.
talking about Baymax.
I was gonna
Big
say.
Hero 6. I just feel like there things I liked about it. Hiro's aunt.
Yes, my Rudolph.
She is. Yeah, she's
Don't
great.
say she's.
What?
Don't sexualize his aunt.
I mean, then they knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
but,
she's really pretty.
yeah,
I
they
like
knew what they
her.
were doing. Disney
Cast.
knows what they're doing whenever they.
I
whenever
didn't
they
realize
put
that
out
was my Rudolph
certain characters.
Me neither. When I first saw
until
it.
I rewatched it the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it until you just told me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her.
Yeah.
And then T.J. Miller is Fred, he's hysterical
Yeah.
in this movie. He's really funny in this movie.
Surprised they put him in the movie after Deadpool.
Yeah,
Oh, actually, this was before Deadpool. Deadpool's 2016. So
yeah.
So-
He was also in the second one.
yeah,
So
but
yeah,
the second one was 2018.
yeah.
Big Hero 7.
Big Hero 7.
Figure out.
I feel like they did really well at like the internal conflict. I mean, I kind of
Yeah, I
agree
thought-
they could do better with the villain, but that wasn't the focus, and I don't think that it has to be the focus of every
I agree.
Disney movie, and I think they still
I think-
did it really well. And like
I think they're
I like Hiro so much. I was just so sympathetic towards his character.
right. I mean, I think that it's good that they're making movies more
You
about
can see
internal
happy.
conflict because
Yeah.
like I feel like people these days are like, we all have a lot more people have like depression and stuff, and so it's like
And
seeing
It's
movies
about
that
loss. Like that's the whole
like exactly like seeing movies that like you can relate to in that sort of way.
Yeah.
Like I can't relate to having an ice princess sister, but I can relate to losing somebody.
thing. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
it's definitely more of the relatable, and like I like that they gave all of the other heroes like personalities.
Yeah.
Like, they
Yeah.
could have they all had
They
like
could
very
have just been
distinctive
sidekicks.
vibes.
They were very basic personalities though. let's be
Yeah,
honest.
but like I don't know. They were cute. I like them.
I would also like to mention one of my favorite scenes when after they come back from the warehouse and Baymax is on low battery and he's got the air coming out of his arms and he puts the
Oh,
tape
it's so
on his
good.
and then when they get back to the apartment and he's like acting drunk and he's like
Yeah.
shh and he
There's
goes
not-
upstairs
yeah.
and he's holding the cat and he goes, "Harry baby." Like I still hear that sometimes.
Yes,
Yeah, there's
That's
not
a,
bad
that's a
parts.
really funny scene.
Oh,
There's some
it's-
parts that are good. Yeah.
It's so good. I also
Or
when I
just-
was little I wanted to be Honey Lemon. Like I wanted to be her.
That makes absolute
Yeah.
sense.
Like-
that, I would be surprised if you didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
Like I really tried to adapt, like become her,
Mhm.
and I think that I've been doing that ever since.
Yeah, we'll just call you Honey Lemon from now on.
Mhm.
Okay, that's fine.
I also like the way that he's just like
He's
walks out of his
so
thing and like he runs into the chair and he just moves it, or he's like in the room and it's like a small space and he just like scoots by, knocking everything off of the bookshelf.
He's
it's
a bull in a china shop. Is that the
Yeah.
exactly. Or when Hiro falls in between his bed and then all of his like action figures like fall off and like hit him, and on a scale of 1 to 10, he does it over and over again. Like he's just so funny.
He's so cute.
I want a Baymax so bad. I want a
remember
hug from Baymax.
When this movie came out and everyone was talking about Baymax, I was kind of annoyed. I was like, okay, we get it. But now looking back, I'm like, y'all were right. Baymax
Yeah.
is so cute.
Are you kidding me? Baymax? Yeah, I love Baymax so much.
Yeah. And I like that all the heroes have their own little thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
I'm just reading the group me for my third floor my third floor chat, and they're arguing a little bit.
There was an argument going on in my group meet, and then it became a real, like, physical argument outside of my room. And our walls are paper thin, it's thin. And my roommate and I were just, overhearing everything, and they were yelling back and forth, and we were in the middle.
Damn.
Really
I feel
funny.
like there's always some sort of drama going on in all of the group meet chats.
People fight at my dorm, but they also like each other, so I don't really know.
There's these group of girls on our floor who just are always, like, really loud at, like, it's literally, I came home at 3 a.m. last night, like 3:30, and they were in the lounge, and, like, they were cooking and they were, like, screaming at, like, 3:30. And they're people were talking about it in the group chat, and it's just getting really heated. Because they don't stop. But then the people in the group chat will just, like, insult them and not, like, take it to the RA. So then they'll just, like, end up arguing. But everyone's really petty. No one actually, like, argues in person. Everyone argues over the group meet.
We've been getting some arguments in person.
Yeah.
And then my RA will just slide into the group meet, and he'll be like,
yeah, same.
what else? He'll say, like, man, the RA should really get involved here.
Yeah.
Not a single fuck is given.
Yeah.
Man,
Also,
the RA is really irresponsible not to be weighing in on this problem.
Yeah. RAs are so much fun.
All right.
All
Let's
right.
wrap things up.
Yes.
So, I know that you don't really like this movie, but what would you rate it out of
Like
10?
5.5 out of 10.
Alright.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say lower, so I'm good with that.
Because, you reminded me that there are some parts about this movie that I
It's like, it's
Yeah, Jadyn, we did it.
Baymax is cute and he's funny.
he serves like a very
And
specific purpose.
he's like, he serves an emotional purpose.
Yeah.
But,
But I think you make
I think they do
valid points as well, though. I totally understand your point of view. Yeah.
I just think that they do like a really good job at like having an emotional core and sticking to the emotional core of the movie, and then like having like the full arc.
Yeah. I think I cry every single time I watch this movie. I mean, I cry at everything, so like it's not really saying anything, but like when they show the video of like I cry.
What would you rate this movie?
I want to hear what you're gonna rate it first. I haven't decided.
I mean, it's one of the Disney movies I like more. I would say maybe 7.5 stars.
Okay.
Thought you were gonna say 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
I thought you were gonna say that. Yeah.
Well, you were close.
I know. I think you're gonna say 8 out of 10.
I was thinking 8 out of 10, like 8.5 out of 10. It's I make my nephews watch this movie all the time.
Yeah.
I watch it all the time, so yeah, I'll say 8.5.
Yeah, I would bump it up to an 8, but I'm not sure. I'm sticking with my 7.5 for now.
That's valid.
You make your nephews watch this movie. I would like to make my little cousins watch like Shrek 2. And
oh my God, I don't think they've seen Shrek 2.
and,
Mostly because the thing
Wall-E.
Wally! Oh my god,
they like Wall-E. They like Wall-E. The
Wall-E's
thing is,
great.
though, they're at that age where, like, you tell, like, they want to have control of all decisions, so they put on the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah. Coco
Like,
Melon.
Paw Patrol.
Yeah. Lots of Paw Patrol, lots of,
Pokemon.
just, like, random movies.
Paw
oh my
Patrol's
God.
propaganda.
They went through a Blippi phase, who is, if you don't, do you know who Blippi is?
No, but
I've heard of it.
I know of them.
He's the actual fucking devil. Like, I hate his videos so much. If I saw him in person, I would beat the shit out of him.
You bet
Anyway.
Flippy I did.
He's so annoying. So I'm so glad that they got over that phase, because I wanted to rip my hair out every single time they put Blippi on.
We should do an episode about shows that we watched as kids that are like so annoying and terrible now that like do you guys remember Annoying Orange?
Yeah.
Yes.
Annoying
yes.
Orange
Fred
and Clarence. Clarence. Do you guys remember Clarence?
What's that from?
It's from Cartoon Network.
Amazing World of Gumball.
Amazing World of Gumball's like
It's
not
still
that
funny,
annoying.
but it's like it is
bad.
annoying.
And then
My mom
Uncle
didn't
Grandpa.
watch that.
Do you remember that? Oh, that was terrible.
What show?
Uncle Grandpa.
Yes.
That was the dumbest
Oh my
shit in
God.
the world.
Wait, how? Because they said Uncle Grandpa in a really specific way. How did they used to say it?
Uncle Grandpa. I mean.
No, there was like a
Uncle
like
Grandpa.
they have like a really specific voice, and my friends and I used to like to do the voice.
I just remember his head is literally shaped like a penis. Like,
Wait, okay,
his chin's
I forgot
chin's a
this
ball.
was a thing.
His chins are balls, and his full forehead is just a complete dome. He's just
Oh
a
my
penis.
god, I literally forgot about this.
Yeah. He looks like a penis.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. And they had the fucking tiger that would poop rainbows and fly.
There it is.
Yeah.
I forgot. Why is it 5 seasons? I forgot about that show until you just said it. Like, I literally haven't thought about that in years.
And then there's I didn't even know about this. There are just all these Adult Swim shows that are just nuts that I never watched, never heard of, and they just put these on like every night at like 1 o'clock in the morning or 3 a.m. Because like there's the stuff after 9. There's like King of the Hill and Family Guy, but then after like midnight they just put on some whack shit.
Yeah.
And
Adult
for
Swim
the
is
next
fun.
for the next 5 or 6 hours, at 6 o'clock they start playing the anime. Well, at 5 o'clock they start playing the anime. They were doing the Dragon Ball Z and at like 4 o'clock Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. But like between like the devil hours, like midnight and like 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., they just played whack shit. They just played 15-minute episodes of like fucking some anime that was just like torture or something like that.
And the little AS.
Like
Just
little Adult
varied
Swim stuff.
things.
It was I've been watching some of this on HBO, and they have them all on HBO now, and it's just crazy. Some of the stuff.
I won't be
that-
watching that, but
It's very interesting.
yeah. All right, you guys. Now that we've done ratings, I think it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
As usual, where can you find us, Benji?
Where can you find us? On YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, and Spotify at Normal Chicago Residents.
Very good.
And you can listen on our website as well.
Which
Also
is
linked in our
linked
Instagram.
in the Instagram.
Do we have a Twitter?
We don't have a Twitter. We should have a Twitter, and we should just spam that motherfucker.
If you give me control of the Twitter.
Oh, we won't be giving that control of Twitter.
Please give me
Absolutely
control of the
not.
Twitter.
Listen, I found my Twitter grind. Thank you, Claire. My Twitter was bad, and then I followed her, and she's been like customizing my little timeline for me.
I want to write funny things about stuff on Twitter and like
No,
post it to
good.
the account.
I won't be letting you do that, unfortunately.
I feel like we could have a screening process.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you gotta submit them to review for me.
They have to go under review. We have to review them.
I just want to post my letterbox.
Your full like essay on like in a tweet.
I will write full essays. I will write articles if you want.
I think there's a word count, or there's like a word. They don't want to let you write so much in a tweet. I'm pretty sure. Maybe
Well,
that's not true.
I'll link an article.
Actually, maybe that's not true. I don't
No,
know.
they do, but then like people put like
That's
1 out of
that's
4.
where you get like, all
2
like
out
the
of 4.
subtweets, like the long
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm new to Twitter, guys. I'm learning.
Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter
I
world.
have it, but I don't use it. Like
I've had it for
rarely
years.
use it.
It's been on my phone since like
Let's-
2019.
Yeah.
But I'm learning. I'm starting to use it.
Can't wait.
Anyway, so that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Normal Chicago residents everywhere, as usual.
Mm-hmm.
And this will be coming out to you at an undisclosed time, and will be in undisclosed locations.
Yep.
Amen.
All right. Goodbye,
All right,
guys.
bye.